So what's going on, everyone? We've got some new news for Oath of the Gatewatch. Most importantly, some new keywords which are attached to a few newer spoiler cards, okay? So let's move to the first one I saw, which was attached to Shoulder to Shoulder. This is called Support. So, support N means put a 1/1 counter on each of up to N target creatures. So let's look at Shoulder to Shoulder. We've got, for 3 mana, Sorcery Speed. Honestly, if this is an instant speed, this is definitely a huge blowout. Sorcery, probably not that good, but a fine limited spell, I guess. So this says 2 and a white, support 2, meaning put a 1/1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. So if you only have 1 creature out, you can put it on 1. If you don't have any creatures out, you can still pay the 3 to draw a card. If you have 2, obviously, you can put a 1/1 counter on each of 2 creatures. You cannot stack them on the same creature. A fine ability, it's very similar to Bolster, obviously, with a tiny different, a tiny little different change. Now, if there are some instant speed support spells, or as we've seen with some of the spoiled cards, it is an ability on certain creatures. Definitely decent value there. We'll have to see the whole set to see if any of the cards are particularly high value. For example, this card, if it was instant speed, it would be a very good card. It might just be fine as sorcery, but there might be more nuggets like this in the set. Next, we have Surge. We saw this card spoiled, or this ability spoiled officially by WotC on a different card, but this is a newer card you may not have seen, Comparative Analysis. For 3 and a blue, it has a Surge cost of 2 and a blue. So 3 and a blue, target player draws 2 cards. Fine, we see this type of card in every set. However, the Surge cost, you may cast a spell for its Surge cost if a teammate has cast another spell this turn. Now, they've talked about Surge being really a 2-headed giant. The value is truly a 2-headed giant, but there will be some cards, I think, that are still valuable in a single-player type event. Paying 3 to draw 2, Divination style, is pretty good. It's instant speed, but you're going to have to cast a previous spell, even like a Doomblade at 2. You're still going to need 5 mana open, but you can get that extra value if you want it. So you qualify for the Surge cast, by the way, no matter what happens. So if the spell gets countered, you can still cast this. So I think there's a lot of additional cards to be spoiled with the Surge mechanic that we may want to look a little more deeply into for constructed play. But certainly there'll be, I think the vast majority of them will be nice 22nd, 23rd cards in your draft deck. But let's see what else gets spoiled. Next we have Support. Here we have, whoops, let's skip this. Duplicate slide. Here we have Cohort. Now this is an interesting ability. You'll see it attached to allies, obviously, but here we have Munda's Vanguard, 4 colorless and a white with Cohort, meaning tap an untapped ally you control, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. Now that is particularly powerful in the limited format. Maybe in Commander, EDH Commander, I could see this in ally-type tribal decks. It would be pretty good. You're still paying 5 mana for a 3/3, so I think they're probably thinking, like, you know, they're definitely being cautious, I think, on the converted mana cost. If this is a 4 mana 3/3 with that ability, very good. As we know in this limited format, anything like a 4/4 or higher is particularly difficult to deal with on the battlefield. So pumping your allies, I think this would be a great draft card. I think it's a better top-end draft card than like Hero of Gomafata, which gives them indestructible, which, while nice, oftentimes allies can stall out against bigger creatures, and if you don't have a way to make them big, this will bide you time, and you can get big fast. And the last mechanic we saw them talk about today, which we all kind of know about, is the colorless mana symbol. Now, I talked about this in my wastes video, so if you missed that, go just a few videos back and you'll see that. But we saw a card spoiled to help give us a little more background on it. So we have Spatial Contortion. Here we have 1 and a colorless mana, meaning it's 1 of any color mana and 1 specifically colorless mana, okay? So 1 and a colorless, target creature gets +3/+3 till end of turn. So it's like a 2 mana giant growth. It's a fine card. What's interesting, what's nice about it is it can go in any deck, as long as that deck can produce colorless mana. And overall, I think a pretty versatile card in Limited. This kind of card hasn't been played in Standard in a long time. I can't imagine it would be played in Modern, but certainly there are EDH applications or Two-Headed Giant. I mean, it's a fine Limited card, but keep an eye out. Get used to wastes. I think for the next couple months, I'll always have to be qualifying, 1 generic, 1 colorless. That's how I'm going to say it. So if it confuses you, generic means 1 of any, and the colorless obviously is a specifically colorless mana. So very interesting stuff. I'm actually going to go through a bunch of the promos today as well. You guys are going to get 2 videos, so I hope you are up for it. I'm definitely enjoying this time of year when I can make almost daily videos for you guys. And thank you, all of you have been backing on Patreon. We've been picking up a ton of steam. We're getting very close to unlocking standard constructed videos, which would be so awesome. Thanks for watching this video, guys, and we'll talk to you again real soon. What's up, and thanks for watching this video. I produce all different kinds of content, so if you haven't yet, click on my face to subscribe. If you want to watch more videos, I've got some sweet playlists, including this one, where I open up every fat pack ever created. I've also got this one over here where I open just about anything vintage and old and expensive for your enjoyment. And all this is made possible by the awesome backers at our Patreon, which is linked in the description of every video. Hop on over there, check it out, see if it's something you might want to consider. If not, sit back, enjoy, and I'll still love you.